GMNA uses artificial intelligence for generated speech, visuals, and production. AI-generated content may contain errors. Please verify important information before making decisions or taking action. Live from the GMNA News Center, this is the Lunch Break News Hour.
Good afternoon. A mysterious license plate camera has sparked questions across Montreal, while a sinkhole forced Highway 40 West to close near St. Cuthbert. Tonight's sky will treat us to a rare partial solar eclipse and a meteor shower. Traffic's moving clear to moderate here. Jeff, what do you make of that?
Today, Montreal will experience a partial solar eclipse and a meteor shower, both visible across the city this afternoon for observers with clear skies.
The eclipse will reach maximum coverage at approximately 1:34 p.m., while the meteor shower peaks around 2 o'clock, offering a spectacular night sky display.
Astronomers advise using certified solar filters for direct viewing and recommend finding a dark location to fully appreciate the meteor shower after sunset.
Lots to get to. Let's begin our afternoon lineup, staying tuned for more community highlights right here on the lunch break. Here are our top stories.
A flock-type automatic license plate reading camera was spotted in Montreal, though city and police officials say they did not install it. The technology often supports traffic monitoring and security. Nadia Bellafuel has the full story.
At the corner of St. Laurent and St. Denis, a sleek metal box mounted on a streetlight catches passing traffic. The device, identified as a flock automatic license plate reading camera, is recording vehicle plates as cars zip by. City officials and the Montreal Police Service were approached for comment, and both reiterated that they have not installed any such equipment at this location. Residents nearby said they first noticed the camera earlier this week and wondered about its purpose. While similar systems are sometimes used for traffic monitoring or security, no agency has claimed responsibility for this particular unit. The camera remains in place as authorities continue to field questions. It sits beside a busy bike lane and a row of storefronts, drawing the eyes of commuters. Nadia Bellafuel, GMNA News, Montreal. A sinkhole discovered beneath Highway 40 West near St. Cuthbert forced authorities to shut the road as a safety precaution, leaving motorists to seek alternate routes. Ramai Gaudreau has the full story.
Authorities have shut down the westbound lanes of Highway 40 near St. Cuthbert after crews uncovered a sinkhole beneath the pavement. Engineers say the void was detected during routine inspections, prompting an immediate preventive closure to avoid any risk of vehicles plunging into the depression. The section of road, roughly 60 kilometers north of Montreal, remains blocked while specialists assess the size of the hole and plan remediation. Traffic is being rerouted onto nearby local streets and the eastbound carriageway stays open, though drivers are advised to expect delays. No injuries have been reported, and officials say the swift action prevents any potential accidents. Authorities continue to monitor the site throughout the day, and crews are on standby to respond to any changes. Ramai Gaudreau, GMNA News, St. Cuthbert.
A rare planetary alignment will illuminate Quebec's night sky this Wednesday, offering a brief window for observers as astronomers note such events occur only once in several years. Colette Barbeau has the full story.
A rare celestial display will sweep across Quebec's night sky tonight, beginning just after sunset and lingering into the early hours. Astronomers say the event, an intense auroral surge combined with a bright meteor shower, will be visible from the province's western valleys to the eastern coast. The phenomenon peaks at 9:21 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Wednesday, August 12, 2026, though observers are advised to look up after dusk for the best view. Experts note that such spectacular alignments appear only once in several years, making tonight a unique chance for both seasoned sky watchers and casual onlookers to witness the glow. The light show will paint the horizon with shimmering greens and purples, creating a vivid backdrop for photographers and families gathering outdoors. Colette Barbeau, GMNA News, Quebec. Ottawa is committing $34 million to climate resilience projects in 128 Canadian communities, including a $1 million grant for flood reduction in a Quebec town. Ramai Gaudreau has the full story.
Ottawa has just released a $34 million package aimed at bolstering climate resilience across the country. The funds will be spread across 128 municipalities, supporting projects ranging from shoreline protection to upgraded storm water systems. In Quebec, a $1 million allocation is earmarked for flood reduction work in a community that has faced repeated river overflow. The Federal Climate Adaptation Program is designed to help local governments prepare for more intense weather events, with each grant tied to specific mitigation plans. Officials say the money will be dispersed over the next few years, allowing municipalities to start planning and construction without delay. The overall strategy also provides technical assistance and capacity building for local officials, helping ensure each project aligns with national standards. Ramai Gaudreau, GMNA News, Montreal.
Montreal police have opened an investigation into a day camp monitor accused of sexual violence against a minor, following complaints from parents. The probe is ongoing. Colette Barbeau has the full story.
Police have launched a formal investigation after complaints surfaced that a monitor at a local day camp may have sexually abused a child. Officers from the Service de Police de la Ville de Montreal arrived at the camp on the morning of August 11th to interview staff and gather evidence. The allegations, reported by the child's family, involve inappropriate contact and exploitation of a minor. Investigators are reviewing surveillance footage, interviewing other camp personnel, and speaking with parents of children who attended the program. No arrests have been made at this stage, and the camp remains operational while authorities continue their inquiry. The case underscores the ongoing scrutiny of youth care facilities across the city. Colette Barbeau, GMNA News, Montreal. Later we'll hear how the SPCA is patrolling the streets to rescue abused animals. A story you can't miss. We will be right back. Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news.
Welcome back. SPCA of Montreal Special Constables conducted daily patrols and emergency interventions on August 11th, rescuing abused animals across the city. Their Bureau of Investigations wields seizure powers to protect vulnerable pets. Ramai Gaudreau has the full story.
Special constables from the Montreal SPCA rolled out their daily patrols across the city on August 11, 2026, pairing up with investigators from the Bureau's Investigations Unit. Teams moved through residential streets, responding to calls and conducting field investigations that led to a series of emergency interventions. In each case, officers exercised their seizure powers to remove animals suffering from neglect or abuse, transporting them to safe shelter. The Bureau, empowered to act on cruelty reports citywide, coordinated with local shelters to ensure rescued pets receive veterinary care and adoption placement. Officials said the coordinated effort aims to protect vulnerable animals wherever mistreatment is reported. Ramai Gaudreau, GMNA News, Le Plateau.
Visually impaired athletes are taking on cycling, kayaking, urban walking, and cross-country skiing through the Association des Sports pour Aveugles du Montréal Métropolitain, expanding access to sport across Montreal. Ramai Gaudreau has the full story.
Guided by volunteers, a group of visually impaired athletes navigates a city bike lane, their helmets bright against the evening light. A trained guide holds a sturdy tether, signaling turns as the riders pedal through traffic, feeling the rhythm of the street. Nearby, a calm river hosts a tandem kayak, the paddlers sinking strokes while a coach calls out landmarks and water conditions. In a park, participants glide across snow on cross-country skis, each step counted by a partner's voice, ensuring balance and direction. Urban walkers stride along a bustling boulevard, their guide describing every corner, shop window, and curb. All of these activities are organized by the Association des Sports pour Aveugles du Montréal Métropolitain, a nonprofit dedicated to opening sport to the visually impaired. Ramai Gaudreau, GMNA News, Montreal.
The main entrance to Faber Station on Montreal's Blue Line will remain closed for major construction, extending disruptions through winter 2028. Riders should anticipate alternative access points. Colette Barbeau has the full story.
Commuters heading into the city today find the primary access point at Faber Station blocked by orange fencing and heavy equipment. Concrete barriers bear a sign announcing that the main entrance will remain closed for extensive renovation work, with no reopening expected until the winter of 2028. Inside, crews are preparing for structural upgrades that require full closure of the doorway. Riders are being directed to secondary entrances on St. Laurent and de l'Acadie, while service notices remind passengers of broader delays already affecting the Blue Line. The shutdown adds another layer to the series of interruptions that have plagued the route this year. Officials say the work is part of an effort to modernize infrastructure and improve safety for riders. Colette Barbeau, GMNA News, Faber. Safety concerns mount in Montreal's Chinatown as residents and property managers report growing numbers of people in distress gathering near homes and businesses, prompting city officials to work with community groups. Ramai Gaudreau has the full story.
People in visible distress have been gathering around homes and storefronts in Montreal's Chinatown, prompting property managers and nearby residents to voice safety concerns. They say the growing presence of individuals experiencing homelessness and drug use is unsettling shoppers and staff, especially after dark. City officials are now working with community groups to coordinate a response, aiming to improve security and provide outreach resources. The municipal team has increased patrols and is exploring temporary shelters nearby, while local business owners are installing additional lighting and signage. Residents report feeling more anxious as the situation persists, and city representatives say they will continue to engage with stakeholders to address the issue. Ramai Gaudreau, GMNA News, Chinatown.
An influencer faces a lawsuit after posting a staged zip-line accident video at Montreal's Old Port on August 11th, prompting legal action under provincial rules prohibiting fabricated incidents. Nadia Bellafuel has the full story.
The lawsuit filed on August 11, 2026 claims the influencer deliberately staged a crash on the Old Port zip line and posted the footage online. Prosecutors say the clip, which quickly went viral, shows a fabricated accident that violates municipal regulations banning staged mishaps at the popular tourist attraction. The influencer faces civil action for damages and for breaching the city's safety code. The case underscores the legal risk of manufacturing dangerous scenarios for online attention, especially at a site that draws thousands of visitors each day. Authorities are reviewing the video for any further violations as the legal process moves forward. Nadia Bellafuel, GMNA News, Old Port. Let's get a look at your afternoon forecast with our meteorologist coming up next.
A weakening ridge and a fast westward jet are tilting Montreal toward a late evening pulse of rain. On this date, Montreal once burned to 34.6 Celsius in 2025, a brief spike during a late summer heat wave that pushed the regional ridge northward. Just 2 years earlier, in 2023, the thermometer dipped to 14.2 Celsius, a sharp plunge tied to an unseasonal cold front from the north. By contrast, the climatological average high hovers around 26 Celsius and the average low near 16. Those extremes underline how the current near-average pressure can still swing dramatically. Today's radar is crystal clear over the island, with no echoes moving toward us. The atmosphere remains stable under a gentle west-southwest flow, and the jet stream aloft is steering any lingering moisture far east. Because the low pressure is only beginning to fall, no bands of rain have formed. Expect the first measurable showers to arrive after 8 p.m., peak around 9 p.m., then exit the region shortly thereafter. At noon, Montreal sits at 21 Celsius with a mostly clear sky and a gentle west wind of 10 kilometers per hour. The atmosphere is under a low-pressure system that is slowly falling, allowing the jet stream above at 86 kilometers per hour from the west to inject cooler air aloft. That upper-level flow caps daytime heating, keeping temperatures modest and preventing convection. Temperatures will climb to 26 Celsius by mid-afternoon, then ease to 23 as clouds increase toward evening. The UV index reads 5, and wind will gust to 21 kilometers per hour from the west. No precipitation is expected, and there are no active weather alerts. Sunset arrives at 8:07 p.m., after which any lingering clouds will drift eastward. Looking ahead, Thursday will be dominated by a high-pressure ridge, delivering clear skies and a daytime high of 25 Celsius, dipping to 14 at night. Friday remains under the same ridge, with a mild high of 23 and a low of 15, keeping the sun unbroken. Saturday follows suit, another clear day, high 23, low 15. Sunday the ridge weakens as a short wave approaches from the west, bringing overcast conditions and a 45% chance of rain. Temperatures moderate to 24 Celsius with a low of 18. Monday the system rebounds, re-establishing clear skies and a pleasant high of 25 and a low of 18. No weather alerts are issued for the period. And that's your weather. Remember, the lunch break is also available as a podcast. Listen anytime on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts.
Up next, we break down traffic, preview solar eclipse and meteor shower, and recap Sasha Pastujov's spot on Canadians' list. We will be right back. Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes, the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news.
The biggest slowdown right now is on Pont Victoria, where westbound traffic is crawling under a major hindrance. Follow that with a similar jam in the Viger Tunnel westbound and the Ville-Marie Tunnel eastbound, both forcing queues of several kilometers. The Honoré-Mercier Bridge is also under a major hindrance, slowing east-west flow across the river. In the downtown core, the Louis-Hippolyte-Lafontaine Tunnel is congested in both directions, and Exit 6 at Boulevard Cavendish eastbound is backed up as drivers negotiate lane reductions. Southbound traffic between Boulevard Gouin and Boulevard Henry Bourassa is moving at a crawl, and the overpass at Rue Saint-Urbain on Autoroute Ville-Marie remains heavily impacted. Minor slowdowns persist on Autoroute 520, the Isle-aux-Tertres Bridge, and Avenue Soligny eastbound. No transit disruptions have been reported, so buses and metros are running on schedule. Expect these conditions to hold through the afternoon, with peak hour congestion likely to intensify on the highlighted corridors.
A partial solar eclipse will dim the Montreal sky this afternoon, followed by the Perseids meteor shower lighting up the night. It's a rare chance to see the sun partially hidden and a meteor show without leaving home. From today through the 16th, the Soul of the City Music Festival rolls across the city, spotlighting homegrown R&B and soul artists. If you love smooth grooves, you can catch fresh talent at venues across town. Later this month, Plaza St. Hubert throws a 4-day block party from the 20th to the 23rd, with street sales, live DJs, and Latino dance workshops. It's the perfect weekend to shop, dance, and soak up multicultural vibes. The eclipse peaks mid-afternoon, so grab a pair of safe glasses, and the meteor shower peaks after 8 o'clock, offering a spectacular display for any sky watcher. Don't miss these free wonders above the city. And now here's Jason with sports. Habs headlines fire up the feed, prospects rise, contracts lock, and legacy events spark. Sasha Pastujov cracks the Canadiens' top 25 under 25 at 23, stepping in for Sean Farrell after the July 27 trade to Anaheim. His standout season with the U.S. National Team Development Program signals a fresh injection of skill for Montreal's rebuilding pipeline. Extensions lock Ivan Demidov and Jacob Dobies into the roster, while Stéphane Richer hails Cole Caulfield as a natural goal scorer. The 1986 champion squad gathered for a charity golf round, and the 11th Classique KR raised $67,000 for the Canadiens Children's Foundation. Tyler Thorpe lands at 24 on the Habs under 25 list after a full professional season with the Laval Rocket. In 68 games, he posted 4 goals, 12 assists, and 77 penalty minutes, cementing his fan favorite gritty bottom 6 checking role. Stay tuned as the Canadiens shape a new era on ice. Thanks, Jason. Good Food Market Corp., headquartered in the vibrant Plateau Mont-Royal, has been a staple of Montreal's kitchen tables, delivering fresh, pre-portioned meal kits that let families cook together. This week, a Quebec court granted the company creditor protection, giving it a window to restructure, seek new investors, or a buyer. Good Food employs 230 staff across Montreal, Calgary, and Mississauga, and its pause could ripple through local farms, delivery drivers, and the neighborhood cafes that source from its network. The protection period is a chance to preserve those jobs and keep the city's food-forward spirit alive. For Montrealers, good food isn't just a service, it's a reminder that home-cooked meals can thrive even in a fast-moving city. Stay tuned as we explore Montreal's first skate park opening in Pierrefonds-Roxborough, a brand new hub for riders of all ages. Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news. Montrealers can watch a rare partial solar eclipse this afternoon as the sun slips behind the skyline, casting a dramatic shadow over the city. The prime viewing spot is Mount Royal Park, where families and photographers are gathering to capture the moment. Carl Dumont is there. Carl Dumont.
Thanks, CJ Waterhouse. I'm standing on the stone steps of the Chalet du Mont Royal, the city unfurling below, and the sky is already taking on a thin amber hue as the sun begins its slow bite. Around me, families spread blankets on the grass, children clutching cardboard eclipse glasses, the scent of pine and fresh-cut grass filling the air. At 12:50 p.m., the moon will start to graze the sun's disk, and the light will dim just enough for a soft, eerie twilight to creep across the park. By 1:45 p.m., the eclipse reaches its peak, a darkened crescent stealing half the daylight, while hikers pause mid-stride to stare upward, phones out, capturing the moment. The spectacle will linger until 2:38 p.m. when normal brightness returns and the city's buzz resumes. In a place where summer festivals dominate the calendar, this celestial pause offers a shared breath, a reminder of our place in a larger sky. Carl Dumont virtually at Mount Royal Park. Welcome back. Montreal's first skate park opened yesterday in the Midday neighborhood of Pierrefonds-Roxborough, fulfilling a municipal youth resource plan after years of community advocacy and expanding West Island recreation options. Colette Barbeau has the full story.
Construction crews lifted the final concrete barrier this morning as the new skate park opened its gates in the Midday neighborhood, delivering Pierrefonds-Roxborough its very first dedicated skate facility. Local teens were among the first to test the smooth bowl, rails, and street-style runs, while families gathered around the ribbon-cutting ceremony held by the borough mayor. The park arrives as part of the city's broader plan to boost youth programming across the West Island, a promise that has lingered for several years of community petitions. Officials said the venue will operate year-round, offering lessons, open session hours, and a safe space for riders of all skill levels. Colette Barbeau, GMNA News, Midday. Evenco has softened its bag policy for the Isle Sonic Festival at Parc Jean-Drapeau, now allowing certain non-transparent bags that meet size limits after a week of strict transparency rules. Matthew Lachance has the full story.
Evenco just announced a change to the bag policy for the Isle Sonic Festival and other events at Parc Jean-Drapeau. Starting today, attendees will be allowed to bring non-transparent bags as long as they stay within the established size limits, a shift from the strict transparent-only rule imposed just a week ago. Security staff will still be checking bags at the entrance, and any oversized or prohibited items will be turned away. Organizers say the adjustment aims to give festival goers a bit more flexibility while keeping safety standards intact. The new policy takes effect on the 11th of August, 2026, and applies to all performances scheduled at the park this summer. Matthew Lachance, GMNA News, Jean-Drapeau.
Thank you, Montreal, for joining us on the lunch break. Tonight's highlight, seeing the rare celestial display that will light up Quebec's sky, reminded us how extraordinary our province can be. Stay tuned tomorrow for more stories that matter to you. We'll be back at noon, same time, same place. Looking forward to seeing you again.